The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. Stacy Sturm.
Kevin Kais.
Okay, before we get out of here today, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
You ever done something stupid, like drunk drive on a
daily
scooter? Just yesterday. The day's still young today.
Yeah, that is true. Drunk driving on a scooter. Never have driven drunk on a scooter. No. Yet.
I did not even realize these were you could get cited on some of these. Like, I mean, honestly, like, how dangerous is it to drunk drive on some of these? But for instance, well, people have gotten creative about how they get around while drinking, because everybody knows you don't drink and drive in your car. Your car is a vehicle that even at 5 miles an hour would kill dozens of people.
Correct.
So you don't drink and drive on your car. So they have continued to pilot increasingly wackier vehicles to try to drunk drive in. The laws have expanded now to the point where you could probably get a DUI on roller skates if you really wanted to. Here's the first one that people have gotten a DUI on. They've gotten a DUI in their wheelchair.
Is it an electric wheelchair?
Yes. But still, Kevin Kais. How hard would it be for somebody to just avoid that wheelchair? If I'm walking on a sidewalk and you're barreling at me in a wheelchair, you're going, what, 6?
Could you really
4?
barrel at somebody in a wheelchair?
I can't step out of the way. I mean, my God, they're already confined to a wheelchair. Would you let the people drink?
What's the worst thing that you'd get a bruised,
stub a toe,
bruised shin,
bruise my shin? Yeah,
yep.
You might knock me over and roll over me, and I might have a bruise on my leg. Probably not going to kill me. I say that now as there's a tragic wheelchair drunk driving accident this week. That would just be
you
karma.
Heartless bastard.
But Raymond Kalma heroically earned his 7th DUI after fighting with a man in front of a senior center community building and boosting the motorized wheelchair, presumably looking to evade police in the quickest and most clandestine way possible. He fled the scene at walking speed down the middle of the street.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Next.
Stop him. Do we get in our vehicles? No, just walk briskly.
Just walk. Why are you getting into your car? Walk. All you need to do is hold on to the handles of his chair. He can't go any farther.
I'm spinning out here.
Or the funny thing is just like go pop the battery. Walk up beside him, pop the battery. All right, so you're going to have to get out of there.
That's what the snipers are for. They take those they take those shots at that.
At the battery pack.
Got to take out the battery pack.
Next, a riding lawnmower.
I've heard of this.
James Gray was pulled over after drinking almost an entire case of beer and driving a riding lawnmower nearly 3 miles on the wrong side of the road. Presumably, he was too drunk to realize that he was riding on pavement and believing that he'd actually mowed the crap out of the entire county.
Is there a right side to be driving a lawnmower on any road?
You know, you got to go with the flow of traffic. But here's the funny thing. As he's pulled over, he says because he's mowed everybody's lawns, he should get off. In fact, not only should he not get charged, he asked the police officer to pay him with lemonade and comic books that he felt he was owed for mowing people's lawns.
I think that would be fair.
And the officer says to him, you know you're on the street, right? Like sparks are emitting from the blade that's lowered.
Oops.
Yep, no, apparently didn't care.
That's awesome.
I want lemonade and comic books.
And a sandwich. Make me a sandwich.
And would you call my mom? She's got to pick me up. Next, a Zamboni. A bunch of Pee-wee hockey players and their parents watched for 20 minutes as Joel Keith Bruce slowly bounced his Zamboni off the walls of the rink like Billy Joel on ice before their coach called the cops. Bruce was arrested for DWI, presumably to the chorus of boos from parents furious over having to watch their children be terrible at hockey for an extra half hour.
Isn't that ZWI?
Zamboni wallet.
Zambonin.
And they wouldn't let me drive a Zamboni.
But they let some drunkard on that
Some
thing.
drunk schmuck.
Yep.
Next, a horse. Charles.
It's not even a motorized vehicle.
I know. And usually a horse is smart enough. If it comes up to something, it stops.
Right.
It will throw you off, but it will not hit whatever it is.
Right.
Well, Charles Coart spent 5 hours drunkenly galloping on horseback through a small town in North Florida, as detailed by a news report that reads like a book of Mad Libs in the haunted bedroom of a dead schizophrenic man. Coart rode shirtless through several major intersections, blocking traffic and even a train before his own dad tackled him off the horse and declared, "He's no tireder than a cowboy would be after he got off a day's ride in the cowwoods." Which is the single most baffling sentence ever printed in the history of journalism.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I bet he looked amazing, though.
I bet he did all shirtless and drunk on that horse.
Yeah.
Like something out of Tennessee cops, redneck cops. Next, a horse and buggy. Yep, an off-duty officer in Paradise, Pennsylvania stopped a horse and buggy trotting aimlessly down the center line like Nick Nolte on Veterans Day to find an Amish man in the driver's seat passed out and just soaked in alcohol. So the horse was basically just going wherever the horse wanted to go. He had no idea where to go.
Did you hear about Jebediah?
Oh my God, did he use electricity? No, worse. He used the spirits.
The spirits were in him. And they had a grasp of his brain. Wow, that's awesome.
Next, a motorized cooler. An Australian man was arrested after crushing through a beachside resort town on a plastic cooler outfitted with a 50cc engine, which must be the most inevitable DUI stop on record, considering that the vehicle in question is 80% beer can.
Right, exactly.
Would you get open container for that too? I don't know.
You would think so. Boy, ain't no getting out of that.
No, yeah. I swear to God, I haven't been drinking.
I don't have any booze on me.
Your vehicle is booze. Damn
You
it.
need a search warrant.
Next, an inflatable raft.
What?
Yeah. An Alaska man was arrested for slouching in an inflatable raft as it floated aimlessly down the river. Troopers dragged him ashore and gave him a breathalyzer that registered more than 4 times the legal limit. They actually cited him with, I don't know,
floating.
RWI, rafting while intoxicated. Floating, FWI, floating while intoxicated. Wouldn't that be everybody at the river?
Well, yeah, because they're all, they're all drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the last one, this is a funny one. Speaking of floating, David Allen Rogers blazed through several red lights and hopped a set of railroad tracks at 60 miles an hour while dragging a Christmas float full of dancing kids. Can you imagine being on the back of that as a kid going like 50 miles an hour? You go from dancing in a Christmas parade to... Oh my God, hold on to Frosty for your life.
All I was doing was clogging.
Ultimately, nobody was injured.
Dang.
And Rogers earned 18 counts of kidnapping and assault charges to go along handsomely with his DUI. Can you imagine all of a sudden he breaks away from the Christmas parade? And you're like, the weather outside is frightful and fire so delightful. It says we don't have a place to go. Oh my God, where are we going? Let's go.
He's gone rogue.
Hold on to Frosty, everybody. Little Becky. Hold on to Rudolph.
Somebody retrieve Jesus in the manger. Wow, that's great.
So there you go. That is the best and greatest DUI arrest ever.
Wow.
Christmas float in the Christmas parade. By the way, speaking of Christmas and baby Jesus.
Yep.
Cameron Ali for Christmas this year, instead of going bowling, would like to portray a live nativity scene for the station. So
Okay.
I will be Mary, the single mother,
Okay.
probably. Cam wants to be baby Jesus. He's got dibs on that.
Okay. I could be a
You're going to be a
jackass.
wise man.
Well-
You and Sneak and Swenson are all going
I
to be
was going to
wise
say
men.
that's a pretty good threesome for wise men.
And bring whatever gifts you want. I'm sure Swenson will bring something herbal to give to the baby.
I have some frankincense.
Okay. I think Sneak probably has some myrrh
Who doesn't?
just sitting around the house. And then maybe Nicole will be the angel that tells of Cam's arrival.
Okay. We gonna do this in the in the window front?
Yeah, I think we'll just do it on the street.
Of course.
I don't know how, but Cam has a hookup with a sheep, so we can use a goat and a sheep.
You don't ask questions when it comes to Cam and goats. You don't question where they came from. You don't question their sketchy eyes every time Cameron gets around them.
But I have warned Cam that I will not swaddle him. And
Really?
No, he's going to have somebody else take care of that. Or himself. He'll just have to do it himself.
You swaddle yourself. Okay, I'm down for a nativity scene.
So that's the party this year. We're not bowling. We're doing live
Will
nativity
booze
scene
be-
out on the
be
street.
involved?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, of course it will. That's the
Okay.
only way you're going to get all of us out on the street in our garb.
Tie booze to a string and keep pulling it wherever
And then
you
I
need
think
it.
what we'll do is we'll have Aaron and Amanda Butcher be two a-holes in a manger. They'll walk in and then
Nice.
change the pro. And they'll
right.
be like, babe,
Yeah.
babe,
Nice.
hey, babe.
Babe.
Is that a donkey? Is that a little person in that? Babe, do you see that?
Is that a midget?
Is that a midget in that donkey?
All right, let's do it.
Perfect. Well, so there you go. Merry Christmas, everybody. You can check out the live manger scene. We'll pick a day from noon until 5.
5 hours, nice.
Feel free to come out and tip. Hopefully it'll be a nice day.
Yeah.
Or Cam as half-naked baby Jesus is going to be awfully cold.
Yep. And all the rest of us are going to hate him for his stupid idea.
Oh, well, that's it.
All right.
That's all we got today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, despite everything that we do to you on a daily basis.
We apologize.
Coming up, we have our Pride of Dakota feature. We have One Hit Wonders. Oh, we have The Dish, too, coming up. Our feature this week, we visited Nibbles and Brunch. So
Awesome.
we will
Cheese
talk
buttons?
about... Yeah, you betcha. And we're going to actually... They have very exciting news on the cheese button front.
Really?
So stick around for that.
All right.
Also, One Hit Wonders at 1, Woman Power Hour at 2. And then your requests all day. Let me know. Email me, Stacy at urlradio.net. That's Stacy at urlradio.net. Everybody have a lovely day.